Before we get into the topic, we'd like to give a brief disclaimer that the purpose of this video is purely to offer awareness of natural birth control methods, and by no means is it meant to impose any lifestyle choices on anyone. We encourage you to make your own informed decisions to choose what you believe is best for yourself and aligns with your values. That being said, is birth control poisoning you? Birth control is used by millions of women around the world to prevent pregnancy. But what most people don't know is that these drugs can have many side effects. They can cause heart attacks, strokes, blood clots, headaches, and even depression. Birth control poisoning is a serious issue, and we're here to help you get the facts about how birth control works, why it causes so many issues, and what you can do about it. Pills used for birth control can often complicate the lives of young women, but no one is really talking about it. Usage can sometimes be associated with autoimmune issues, depression, suicide, and infertility gut issues. Why go to such lengths? The appeal is for the control of the menstrual cycle and the avoidance of pregnancy, which can really only take place on 5 days out of the month. Yes, you heard that right. The vast majority of women are not even informed that their chances of becoming pregnant are limited to 5 days out of every month, and that this may be managed entirely organically. Contrary to this, however, some women are given birth control like it's a game of Skittles. This could be an indication that there's an issue with society as a whole, a distrust for the natural rhythms and intuition of our bodies, as well as a separation from the universe that surrounds us. Did you know that the majority of healthy women experience menstruation in synchrony with the moon? The use of contraception breaks this relationship. How does the method of birth control actually operate, and why does it result in so many problems? Understanding hormones is essential to having a whole picture of life, and there's not one hormone birth control disrupts. They work together like a symphony, and if one of them is off, your overall health could suffer as a result. Progesterone and estrogen are the two primary hormones that control a woman's menstrual cycle. The tablet upsets the body's normal stable equilibrium in both areas. The first day of the period marks the beginning of the cycle, which occurs when estrogen and progesterone levels drop and the uterine lining is lost. This takes place from day 1 until day 10. On day 10, the brain releases FSH, which causes an increase in estrogen, which in turn causes the release of the egg on day 14. This is the follicular phase, and estrogen levels return to normal at the end of it. The progesterone hormone predominates the second part of the menstrual cycle, which begins after ovulation and continues until the next period. The question now is, what actually occurs with birth control? To prevent pregnancy, birth control supplies a significant dose of synthetic estrogen and progesterone during the entire cycle. If estrogen were beneficial, or if their effects were confined to the uterine lining, then it would be okay for this to happen. However, neither of these things is true. The week off from the pill was only added because it could psychologically persuade women to start taking the pill. After testing phases of the pill, many women said, "I don't think it's healthy if I don't menstruate monthly." So the developers have put in a gap week. However, many women still think they are menstruating, but a week off is not a period. You only menstruate when you ovulate, but the pill does not regulate your cycle. It flattens your entire cycle. Hormonal birth control works by tricking your body into thinking it's pregnant so that it won't release eggs. If there aren't any eggs released, then any sperm present won't be able to fertilize them, so there won't be any babies being made. Instead of taking pills, you might want to look into something more natural, such as the fertility awareness approach. Going off the pill isn't necessarily a quick fix solution. Some women experience a rash of symptoms, including mood swings, anxiety, and depression, in the months following cessation of hormonal birth control. Some hormonal experts have started calling this effect post-birth control syndrome. In addition, it's important to remember that if you started taking the pill because you were experiencing irregular periods, bad cramping, or other symptoms, the pill doesn't actually address those issues. It only masks the problem. When you stop taking oral contraceptives, that original issue may return with a vengeance. If you were experiencing menstrual irregularities, take note that taking natural progesterone can be quite effective for some women, without any of the side effects of synthetic progestin and hormonal contraceptives. If you're concerned about pregnancy, there are other non-synthetic, non-hormonal birth control options available that you can discuss with an integrative physician. There are other ways to prevent pregnancy, but remember, this is personal. For example, you have DAISY. DAISY determines your fertile and infertile days using a unique proprietary algorithm based on 5 million menstrual cycles and a smart real-time calculation. Daisy learns from your cycle pattern, but adjusts the colors if your cycle is currently going differently. Several studies show that Daisy provides reliable information about your personal menstrual cycle. The accuracy of the internal algorithm in the Daisy app has been systematically tested. For this scientific study, 107,000 cycles of 5,328 women from Germany and Switzerland were evaluated over a 10-year period. The independently reviewed result shows that Daisy has an overall accuracy of 99.4% in calculating infertile green days. Another option is to use pessary, which is a soft, removable device that goes in your vagina. It supports areas that are affected by pelvic organ prolapse. This happens when the bladder, rectum, or uterus drops or bulges down toward the vagina. A pessary can also help if you have stress incontinence, which causes you to leak urine when you cough, strain, or exercise. Women who have incontinence during pregnancy might find a pessary helpful too. You should also be aware that studies have shown that birth control pills might create issues with one's blood pressure. Furthermore, studies have shown that birth control pills can increase one's chance of blood clots and strokes, particularly if one smokes or has a history of migraine headaches. But were you aware that birth control tablets can also have an effect on your brain and your overall psychological health? According to research, taking birth control pills can lead to physical alterations in the brain, as well as changes in the function of neurotransmitters and interference with the regulation of mood. A study conducted in 2019 discovered that women who took oral contraceptives had a hypothalamus that was around 6% smaller than the hypothalamus of women who were not using the pill. The gut, also known as the gastrointestinal system, is frequently referred to as the second brain, since it is lined with approximately 100 million neurons. That is a greater number of neurons than are present in either your spinal cord or your peripheral nervous system. According to research conducted, gut health issues such as leaky gut are linked to mental health conditions such as anxiety and mood disorders. According to another study that was published in 2013 in the European Review for Medical and Pharmacological Sciences, birth control tablets can also prevent the body from properly absorbing necessary vitamins and minerals, which can result in nutritional shortages. In particular, critical nutrient depletions have been identified in folic acid, B vitamins, B2, B6, and B12, vitamin C and E, and the minerals magnesium, zinc, and selenium, micronutrients that are essential for optimal brain function. To find out if your birth control pills are contributing to your symptoms, it's important to get tested. However, simple standard blood tests will rarely detect this problem. A better option is a 24-hour urine hormone collection, which is the gold standard for looking at all the hormones and their metabolic byproducts. An integrative or functional medicine physician can be helpful in assessing hormone levels, nutrient deficiencies, and other issues related to hormonal birth control. Well, that's it from this video. What do you think of birth control and oral contraceptives? Do you think birth control pills should be more transparent with their effects for the sake of women's health? Share your thoughts by commenting below. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and share this video with your friends to help spread awareness. Also, consider subscribing to our channel for more interesting videos every week.